yes guys, in today's video I'll be going over why 99% of appointment setters actually fail. So within the market of appointment setters, I'll be honest, there isn't a good amount of appointment setters. Like a lot of the appointment setters you come across who are maybe in like free communities, etc., do tend to not get very far. And in this video I'm basically going to be explaining why this is the reason. And yeah, so there's loads of free resources everywhere. Facebook, mainly YouTube, type it up on Google, it's everywhere. So the problem is there's too much info online. Like there's people who are watching different YouTubers and like who can you trust at the end of the day? You don't know who you can trust because you don't really know these people personally. You've just clicked on a video. Google's not going to be your best friend. And then, people have contradicting views. So when you're first starting out and you do decide to go on YouTube, you're just going to be flooded with so much information, and sometimes to the average person it's going to be overwhelming. Like you don't know what information to actually take in. And the problem what people actually do is they watch too many YouTubers who talk about appointment settings. So they'll watch this guy, then they'll watch this guy, then they'll watch this guy. And the problem is these three people are going to have contradicting views as well. So person A is going to tell you to do this, whilst person B telling you not to do this. So like, where do you even actually start? That is the problem many people face. They go on YouTube, they watch a few videos, they think they're being productive, they haven't took anything in, and they've watched so many videos by now, and they don't know like who to trust, they don't know what to actually do, and then they just don't even bother starting. They're just overwhelmed and flooded with information, and their head's just going everywhere. And another problem these days is you're not hungry enough. You're just gonna get out competed by everyone else, as I mentioned on the slide there. And you can't train this. So appointment setting, you can train the skill to someone. Someone could be, skilled. They can be a skilled appointment setter. But what you can't actually teach is having that hunger. And that is a problem. You'd rather have a hungry person who's willing to work and make money because you can actually train them up. However, you can train up a person who isn't hungry, but what you can't really train them on is how hungry they are, how willing they are to, actually have that drive. So you're simply going to get flushed out the market. Sales is a space where, you can't really half-heart, you can't really dab into it a little bit. You've got to put your full into it because otherwise, you're just going to see yourself degrade in the food chain really. So you've really got to have that hunger to, if you're making 1K, 2K, 3K, you've still got that hunger to want more. Use that momentum to, push them 4 or 5K to them 5-figure months. And yeah, you're going to get out competed. All these other appointment setters, these clients are going to be looking for other setters if you don't have that hunger. And if you have a lack of drive, you're not going to really get as far as all these other setters are. Having that hunger, having that drive in you to always want more, not being complacent and just striving not only for yourself, but for the client as well. Because that client won't see the vision. They want to see the vision in you. They employ you because they want to see, okay, is this guy hungry? Can he really take it to that next level? And this is normally for people in free communities, I see it the most, but also I have seen it in paid communities as well. People just giving up after their first offer. They're lazy, and you can't be lazy in appointment setting, sales, especially if you want to scale it further, you want to get into closing, you want to get into management. You can't be lazy. Like if you have no discipline, then it's all good to have this motivation when you first get started. You got the first role, motivation. However, if you're not sticking to it, if you're not putting the reps in, how far do you really think you're going to get? You've got to turn up to the days, even if you get up on your first offer and it's not going well. Okay, stick to that offer. You've now got experience. Now use that leverage to actually go into another offer and start making good money, and use that experience you've learned to scale it further. You can't just, give up because your first offer wasn't as a killer offer as you expected. You've got to turn up to them days, even when you're not performing or you're not feeling as good, even when you're feeling ill, and just make it work. And you've got to be there for the long ride. Like if you're not there for the long ride, how do you expect to actually scale it? It's not a short-term thing, sales. You can't expect to be good at appointment setting sales within your first month. You might land an offer. However, you're learning, It's not it's a bad offer you're on. It's not the worst things, as you've actually gained some valuable experience from this. And you can't be lazy. Lazy people are just, flushed out the market, and you need to put reps in, volume. Just simply increasing volume every single day, even if it's not going the best, it's simply going to get you far, and it's going to not make you lazy because you're constantly putting that work in and simply put more volume in. and not having a network. So if you don't have a network at all, it's gonna make it a lot more difficult for you. So having a good network can actually lead to opportunities. So this person be like, oh look, I know Lennon, he's in the appointment setting space. He currently has, you know, has a hunger to get on the new opportunity, and people can honestly put you on opportunities by just knowing you. You talking to them knowing you're an appointment setter, you're looking for an offer, and they may be able to connect you. So if you don't have a network around you, you're really making it difficult for yourself. And, you know, people are willing to give you extra help. If you're in the appointment setting space and you've got people around you who are also in the appointment setting space, you know, you can help them, they can give you help, and you're going to learn so many new things. And this should motivate you more, you know, having people around you, seeing killers within the network. You have that circle with appointment setters. You see this person doing well, you see that person doing well, you know. It's like the thing, you know, you're some of the 5 people you hang around with. If you're constantly hanging around with people who are making money appointment setting, who know all the information, who are experienced with it, you're going to become that 6th appointment setter who's experienced. So just start outreaching to people on Instagram, join Facebook groups, maybe join paid communities. This is the best way to build that solid network around you. And it really does push your name out there as well. If you're networking with 5 appointment setters and then, you know, you got mutuals with 5 other appointment setters, you may end up connecting with them, and, you know, that's the cycle. So your name gets out there, then that means you're more likely to get another opportunity, and it's just going to make you a better setter. And not investing in yourself. So this is the problem with a lot of people, mainly the UK people, not too much the US. So if you have an ego, you're tight with money, and you're skeptical, you're finished. You're finished. Like, these are the worst type of people. One, an ego, like, you know, you're not willing to learn from someone because you think you can do it yourself. But, you know, it's like saying a mentor is like going out on sea, and, you know, they've sailed the sea already. They know how to get through them tough waves. If you went out and got your own boat, don't have a clue on how to sail a boat, you know, you're going to sink and you're just going to fail straight away. So if you have a mentor there, it's going to make it so much easier for yourself. And being tight with money, I say to a lot of people, you know, what's that money doing in your bank account? You know, why are you tight with that money? You've got to get used to actually investing in yourself, whether that's, you know, investing time and, most importantly, financially. That's going to get you to a position, because if you're putting money down, then there's some sort of risk. Oh look, I've put down, I don't know, say £2,000 or £1,000, even £500. That means you've got to make that money back. That should be that little fuel inside your brain to be like, okay, I put down this £500. I'm not going to waste it and lose £500. I'm going to use this opportunity to make as much money as I can. So, you know, I don't waste that money. And skeptical, I understand, especially with a lot of, you know, gurus out there. But whereas being skeptical got you to a position right now, I'm guessing it's got you to a position where you're not where you want to be. You haven't started appointment setting. You haven't made money appointment setting. So, you know, obviously there are scams out there, but they're obvious. You're silly if you fall for a scam. You know, I won't have sympathy for that. So you've got to kind of drop that skeptical mind you have, and be open to actually learn from new people. And, you know, if you're not investing in yourself, you're not being in a community, you're not being kept accountable, you know, whether that's you financially keeping yourself accountable, or people around you, your mentor keeping you accountable to make sure you actually put that effort in, you're going to have less drive, because you've got no sort of, you know, element there of risk. You're not going to have people pushing you around you. You're not going to have access to a community or a network, whether that's getting access to group calls where you're also going to be connected with other appointment setters who are all on the same journey as you, so you can help each other. Or maybe you're going to be connecting with people who have succeeded within the program, the community, and you can talk to them and they can also help you out, as well as obviously connecting with the mentor and coaches. You've got no support, you're there, surviving by yourself, do it all by yourself. You know, you don't have anyone to go back to, ask any questions, no one's really there to, you know, give you that little edge to make sure, you know, you survive really within the sales space. You've got no professional training on your name. If you're looking to get an offer, they ask, oh, who trained you up? Oh, what experience of training do you have? You're going to be, oh, damn, I haven't gone for any training. Why is someone going to want to employ you if you've gone through no professional training? It's going to be a bit more difficult. And you don't have access to job roles. So within communities, and my community, we're always posting opportunities in there, whether it's DM setting, phone setting, sometimes even closing roles, because I have access, other communities owners have access to these networks. So if you're constantly looking for a job role, you're constantly outreaching, simply joining a community, you're going to have more of a chance to actually access these job roles, and they're going to be higher end roles because these have to filter through the owners, and then the owners post them within the community. So, from my advice here, I'm not telling you to join my community. However, if I was to give you one pointer, it would be to invest in yourself. It would be to join a community, access that network so it kind of pushes you, because, you can start by yourself, you can start anything by yourself, really. The information is online, but if you really want that step, you really want that, faster results, then definitely do consider investing in yourself. So if you do want more information, then my Instagram will be linked in the bio of this YouTube video. So I'm more than happy to help you out and answer any questions you do have.